Well, some of the crowd are on the pitch. Well, some of the crowd are on the pitch. I think it's all over. But it is now.
Hello. Good evening, afternoon or morning, depending on when you're listening. Welcome to Some People Are on the Pitch, Season 2, Episode 4. May the 4 be with you. Cuatro for our Spanish fans. I'm your host, Bobby Hurst. I'm very well, thank you for asking. It's getting colder though. Feeling a bit autumny now, boys. Autumn has set in.
Autumnus Prime.
Autumnal. Autumnus Prime. But we are back for me and my crack team of Fandits. Thank you, Sam. To bring you some thoughts, opinion, tomfoolery, and hopefully, I stress hopefully, a few laughs. I say tomfoolery because Pain Dog doesn't like the word banter. Dear Penny, hates the word banter. Right, before we meet the panel, bit of housekeeping. I know. Just we've got to do it. Just wanted to quickly point out that as well as being audibly digestible on the move via iTunes, search Some People Are on the Pitch. You can now follow us on Twitter. Ooh, won't that be nice? Won't that be nice? And our Twitter feed is...
It's at People on Pitch.
At People on Pitch.
At People on Pitch. That's at People on Pitch. We've made it shorter because no one likes writing much these days.
That's what the characters they had.
Yeah. Whatever that means.
On Pitch.
I don't know Twitter. People on Pitch. Follow it.
So it's clear Bobby's not updating Twitter ever.
On the Twitter, there'll be a link to the show. Also links to any football articles we deem interesting or of note. You can leave comments as well if you like. At People on Pitch. Get it followed. Right. Enough housekeeping. I hate housekeeping. Ask anybody. It's panel time. And I start at centre-back. Well, with our resident l'enfant terrible. He's angrier than a load of Geordie fans in a tornado. He's hotter than a lunchtime kick-off in Manaus. He is more northern than killing your brother's kestrel. It's Mario Samatelli, Sam Connolly.
Hello.
How are you, Sam? All right?
Yeah, I'm well, Bobby. How are you?
Lovely. I'm lovely. Next, I move to the left wing. And our resident socialist. He doesn't like banter. He hates enforced fun. He's more to the left than everything Beyonce owns in a box. It's producer Pain Dog. All right, Penny.
Yeah, not bad, yeah.
Yeah, I'm all right, mate. Up front, it's our star striker and resident Sergio Aguero. Star striker, great hair, always injured. He's more into Spurs than a Knight of the Round Table, and he's still the best-looking man in the room. It's Barry Bond, James Bond, Pierce Brosnan.
Right,
hello, Barry.
All right, Bobby.
Right, this week, boys, what a weekend. Good weekend to be an home side. There were a lot of home wins, one draw, one away win for City. The only thing we can start with, though, is it's Wenger versus Mourinho. Now, lads, some people are saying Mourinho's got Wenger's number, but I think they're actually wrong, because I think he's got his mobile number, his house phone, his pager, his fax machine, he's even got his carrier pigeon. Someone tell me I'm wrong. As Mourinho, is it the most numbers a manager has got over another manager? Someone tell me.
He's got his number, all right?
He's got his number.
Sounds like you've got it down.
I think it's probably rattled just as much, maybe a bit less, than Keegan with Fergie.
Yeah.
He's
Just below that.
Just below. I think if Keegan had been in eyesight of Fergie when that radio interview went off, there'd have been more than a bit of pushing going on.
Fair enough.
Wenger's not acting his normal self when he's around Mourinho, is he? So
No,
Wenger's definitely got one up.
And it was him who strayed across, you know what I mean? It was Wenger who went looking for it as well, Sam.
He didn't. He went up to Sanchez, didn't he? And then Mourinho just got in his way,
Mourinho
like that kid at school.
He's that kid at school as well, and when the ref comes over, he's like, not me, sir, not me, sir, wasn't doing anything.
I was in my area,
sir.
It's like that line you draw with your brother, but this is the line. Your stuff's on this side, my stuff's on this side.
But it was a horror challenge, and he had more than the right to go. I tell you what, Mourinho had done a sprint and a backflip to get there.
Yeah.
Maybe poked someone in the eye.
It was all going off. There was some bad tackles flying in as well, wasn't there, in the game?
Yeah.
The incident with Wenger and Mourinho did overshadow the game. I know we're having a bit of a a joke about it. The game was an alright game, I thought. 2 moments of real quality sort of settled it. Hazard's amazing run, penalty. What a penalty.
Hang on, but what point did I make the other week? Was it this year or last year about people jumping over challenges?
Well,
He could have jumped over that challenge and that goal would have been an amazing
Not
goal.
sure Koscielny's leg was pretty far
Yeah.
out.
Look at it, look
Said
at
that
it.
at the
He
time,
could
I
have-
don't think he could have
Look
jumped
at
over
it.
it.
No, I think he could have done. He could have. George Best would have.
you fancy his spring, you
Right.
fancy Hazard to
He
have a
could have jumped
gazelle-like
over
leap.
it. He knew it was coming. He knew it was coming. He could have jumped over it, and it would have been an amazing goal. That's all I'm saying.
Well, it was still an amazing run
It
and a
was.
great penalty.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
It was. I thought Arsenal weren't too bad
So,
though.
they
Lots
made
of
good-
lots
made
of
some
huff and
chances.
puff, as
Yeah.
you'd say.
I'll
Just
tell you what, Jack Wilshere was through on goal and had a terrible touch, which
Yeah.
Czech just smothered it up,
It's
and he should have,
awful.
a better touch there.
nice to see Petr
Finish.
Cech coming on as well,
Yeah.
sort of in a way. I was like, oh, Petr Cech's on. How
Not
nice.
bad, not bad
Yeah.
substitute goalie
Yeah,
to come on,
yeah.
is it?
Barry, we were talking earlier about why you thought we both thought the Ox should have maybe started, come on sooner.
Yeah. Well, no, because we were saying this previous years as well. Everyone's talked about Wenger's stubbornness, and I think everyone watching the game could tell that Ozil was by far one of the worst attacking players for Arsenal, and yet he was the only one who stayed on the pitch. And you've got Oxlade-Chamberlain and Sanchez and Cazorla were better than Ozil, and he's just got this stubbornness where he wants to keep.
No,
him on.
I think
Go on,
Ozil
Payne's
played all right
making.
attacking. He was terrible defensively.
All right,
But when you're going to Stamford
Yeah, I
Bridge,
think-
you
I
need
think he
someone.
made one-
Distribution.
When you're going to Stamford Bridge, though, you need that whoever it is, you need them to do a shift in that position.
Yeah.
It was in.
And Ozil would never survive 2 minutes in a Mourinho team. He's exactly the type of player who
Well, he
Mourinho
did.
would get
didn't
out.
He was at Real
Real.
Madrid when Mourinho was
He
there.
was, but he seems like he's a different player at Real, though, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Because he
maybe.
can't pass it to Ronaldo.
Anyway, this is what I think. Mourinho. Do you think he can do an unbeatable? What was it when Arsenal?
Invincibles.
There we go. The
No.
Invincibles.
If
It
Mourinho-
can't be done again.
If Mourinho becomes an invincible, God save us all.
Yeah, because
Like,
that'll be the last
that'll
thing.
be
It's
it.
the-
We might as well all just go home,
Oh, yeah.
shut the door on our way out, because Mourinho and his ego will just take over everything else.
Chelsea Invincibles. I hope we don't come back to this moment and no one puts a pound on it. Or if I didn't put a pound on it.
I think they'll get beaten.
Yeah, no, I think they'll slip up at some point.
Anyway, so Wenger and Mourinho had a bit of a face-off. So I'm going to ask my panel this week, just as a bit of fun, which footballers or managers, now or historically, would they like to see in a fight? Not a street fight. We don't want anyone getting hurt, you know what I mean? We'd have cornermen, we'd have a ring, there'd be a doctor at ringside for charity, if you want.
All right.
But a good, honest, you know what I mean? Let's have a rumble. Sam, have you got any?
Do you know what? I'd like to see Roy Keane
Roy-
versus someone well hard.
Well, you've got to match him though.
Yeah, but I want to match him with someone like Vincent Kompany, who's because I think Vincent Kompany would definitely have Roy Keane. I think he's
dunno.
massive. He's massive,
tough.
but I want him to be not necessarily
King
just
Street
someone hard.
Fighter.
I want him to be
Yeah.
someone really, really nice, like the superhero who comes in. You know, Vincent Kompany, he's a really nice
He
guy.
does look a bit like
he's
Megamind
obviously-
as
I think
well.
a company would be a good technical fighter and just work the jab.
I think
whereas Keane would
Kompany
be
would
going in, go for the low
absolutely-
blows.
An Ali rather than a Tyson.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that's a good one. Company Kane.
Lukaku, I think he'd give him a good one.
Lukaku.
Lukaku hasn't got the commitment.
He'd just come out for a few rounds, Lukaku. All right, let's move on to you.
Um,
So that wouldn't be a bad first fight.
Or Gary Neville and Tevez.
Gary Neville and Tevez.
I know, because remember when Gary Neville, not too long ago, before he became this god of football, he was a hated individual amongst footballers.
Yeah,
I
5 years
remember
ago,
that. I
Gary
remember
Neville
that.
would be the first name on your.
I remember that time when he was running past, I think Tevez scored, and he was waving the V's at Tevez at that time. And I don't know, I just thought, if you're going to... Tevez, I think he'd rip his head off, to be fair. Gary Neville.
Yeah, he's a bit like
can't
Wanker,
think.
isn't he?
Yeah.
He wouldn't stop.
I just think that would have been a funny fight as well.
Yeah. Gary Neville, Tevez, old score to settle. You
Yeah.
got any more, Sam?
Just the old Fergie versus Keegan as well, that'd be a funny
I had Fergie versus Moyes. think it's grudge match. Fergie would have want to back down. Moyes is, you know what I mean, he's got 12 months of animosity and pictures of Rio Ferdinand in his head. Just take it all out on Fergie. But Fergie, Keegan, from the past,
From the past.
in the 90s,
In the 90s.
that would have been a good one. All right then, well that's not bad. Nice violent ideas there, Sam. I'd expect nothing less. Dog, as a socialist, what do you want?
I've gone a bit further back. I've got a couple. I was thinking Cloughie and Revy.
Cloughie and
For a
Revy.
managerial face-off.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I think Revy might have. I don't know. I think Clough would have the
Cloughie,
speed.
the technical
but
speed.
Revy would have the
Yeah.
real
But I
hatred,
think there's
anger.
scores to settle there.
Yeah,
definitely.
absolutely.
And I'd have player-wise. I think I'd go Maradona and Pele. Because they clearly dislike each other.
Yeah.
They're always speaking out against each other. You'd have to get the
Now-
drugs testers in.
Yeah, the drugs
because you've
testers.
got Maradona on the old marching powder and
Pele on erectile
Allegedly.
dysfunction.
Allegedly producing
and
Penny.
Pele on the Viagra. So, you know, they're my
Viagra versus cocaine.
He advertised
Gonna fight to
Viagra
the
back in the
finish.
day, didn't he?
I don't know if I want to be. I'd
We
like
best-
to be Maradona in that fight.
Very good, Penny. Oh, isn't it nice when we do a bit of homework? Larry.
I go for my ones. I go for who was I going to go for? Oh, for my heavyweight division, I'm going to go for German Burgos, the assistant manager of Atletico Madrid.
Oh yeah.
He'll pack a few pounds versus Sam Allardyce.
Ooh, they are heavyweights.
Going for the heavyweight division.
Butterbeans.
Yeah, I
Football,
think
yeah.
they're both going to handle themselves.
Simeone wouldn't be too.
Yeah, Simeone.
Simeone, I
Just
think
be
he'll
alright as
be a
well.
street
Be a
fight.
good corner
Simeone
man.
would be like the guy in the flat cap in the corner.
Yeah, corner man.
And just for pure comedy value, Zlatan Ibrahimovic versus Ravel Morrison.
Oh, that'd be the
Classic two-sided. Ravel Morrison really winds me up.
I think he winds up everyone, including his own supporters.
Zlatan Ibrahimovic would be like an old school sort of French fencer. You just go in and just slap him around the face.
He knows
every now and then.
kickboxing though,
Did he
doesn't
go
he?
to West Ham
Zlatan?
and then get pictured in an Arsenal shirt in his car?
We probably.
Ibrahimovic is
We
a-
want to
is
be
an old-
careful with Ravel Morrison because he'll send the men for us. He'll send some men round.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it. Sorry, Rav. I had just two more. Billy Bremner versus Gattuso, like the featherweights,
Midfield enforcers.
the midfield enforcers of different eras. I don't think that'd be like a Ward Gatti fight, 12 rounds of just, you know what I mean, mayhem. And Skirtle versus Ivanovic, a sort of Eastern European. Who's the king of the gnarly Eastern European defenders?
Yeah.
Skirtle Ivanovic. Anyway, let's move on from fighting because we don't like fighting really. It's all a joke. We don't condone violence at all. But speaking of violence, Villa's run of fixtures. Now that is particularly violent. The last 4 games have been Liverpool away, Arsenal home, Chelsea away, Man City at home. The next 3 are Everton away, QPR away, Spurs at home. Is that the worst run of fixtures you've ever heard? Who have Villa upset at the Premier League to get a run of fixtures like that?
Well, it's better than what Moyes had last year, and he was up in arms.
Yeah,
No,
Moyes
it's
was.
worse than what Moyes had.
Yeah. Moyes was saying it was a fix. That is
It's
a.
pretty.
I feel bad
as,
for
as
Villa.
players, I think to get over that because they've been playing well as well. They've not been playing badly and they're losing points. I mean, as a player, if you're playing well and losing and still having to come out of it, I mean that's like 10 games, isn't it? A hard game.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
More than that.
But you got Benteke is looking to come back as well, and I bet he's going. Just a couple more games.
They're still 10th though.
I know they're doing really well to
exactly.
still be
So
10th with a
you've
run like
I
that.
think if they get it mentally right, you know,
Yeah.
keep.
I am impressed with Villa this year, and they held City this week, Sam, for a really long time.
Yeah.
But just when you need him, just when you thought it was safe to crack it, I'm not going to make a birthday cake joke because we've had enough birthday cake jokes. There was other stuff going on we don't know about. But he's back. That's the real news, people.
He's back.
He's back and he's slamming them in again. Well, I say slamming, curling them in.
Curling. Loves a good curl.
Curling them in.
Goal.
Great goal.
Great goal. Guerrero had a great goal as well.
Yeah, and Silva starting to just...
Silva just looks
He's
unbelievable.
just a
It's
man.
everyone who talks about him though.
Yeah, everyone loves him.
him.
He's everyone's pundit's favourite
He's
player.
a
But
footballer's footballer, isn't he?
Yeah.
They all love him.
And he's just so unassuming as well. He just kind of goes on,
Glides.
around the pitch.
Great footballer.
You know, he's
Never gets tired.
It's brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. To
Often
watch.
gets injured.
Yeah, and that's City into the top 2 now, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's
City have,
City and Chelsea for the top 2 now.
City
for the
is
next 10
starting
years.
to creak into gear. Is it too late? Apparently, Chelsea historically have terrible. Is it October's or November's?
Yeah,
One of
after
these
Halloween,
months coming up is Chelsea's horror month every year. So we've still got to see that time, even though there's no reason for it to happen other than it's the same month apparently. But do we think City can make it a 2-horse race? Is it too late, Payne?
No, definitely. City have got the quality. They've got the squad to really sort of pick up, crack on, take points off Chelsea when they meet as well. You know, there's no way this is definitely done and dusted. This title.
Well,
race.
you just look at last year and you can't really say that any Premier League season is done and
Yeah.
dusted in the first under.
No, we've got to. Well, we'll wait and see till.
But as
Christmas.
pundits, we've kind of got to just to make it fun, haven't we?
Yeah. Right, well, let's move on to a game I really enjoyed watching. United versus Everton, which was a really good game, I thought. Europa League's killing Everton a bit. You're like an old
believe
horse. It's they've only won one game in the league, Everton, which, mind you, under Moyes, they notoriously started slow as well. So it's not like it's too different, but they look to be having problems.
No, I'll tell you what. On Saturday though, they had a lot of chances.
On Sunday.
On Sunday, yeah, they made a lot of chances, and you know, Lukaku wasn't at his best. He hasn't been all season, you know, but they're making those chances, and soon they'll start scoring them, and they'll pick up points. I don't think Everton have got anything to really be worried about,
other than a fixture
calendar. You know, all of the Europa League games.
Well, that's 28 million.
That's fair enough.
Yeah,
And
I
there
mean,
was
it's
28
a-
million.
Lukaku
needs to put his finger out.
Yeah.
He is the focal point of their attack. And if
It's a big price tag as well to play with. 28, you know what I mean? It's a hefty one.
Is he the new Adebayor? Goes on loan, plays well, sign him, rubbish.
Oh, is that what you predicted him for him? An Adebayor type career?
But people talk about how, you know, Man United won this game, it was great, you know, they played well, made chances, and they did, but so did Everton. And if you look at that last 10 minutes, that is not the Man United of old.
Yeah, exactly.
They were holding on.
Anything.
Wearing different shirts.
David
Like
De
their
Gea
shirts.
was immense.
How I have to
Unbelievable.
say that save from Brian Oviedo, whose name I love, by the way, the most English name followed with a really foreign name. Brian Oviedo's the save he made was one of the best saves I've ever seen. I think absolutely.
They kept saying it was a double save as well, wasn't it?
It was.
It was
It's
deflected,
'cause he was
wasn't
on
it?
the
It was,
ground.
it was from the floor, but it was one of them moments that we're talking about it on the radio where it's actual silence is what you hear. Everyone takes a breath in because it was just that. You know, he leaped through time.
I think De Gea is fast becoming one of the top Premiership goalkeepers.
Do you think because he was lambasted heavily when he first arrived in England? Obviously, he was not used to the game and stuff. Do we write off signings too quickly? Should we give them that
I think
year
especially
to bed in?
goalkeepers, with everyone who's a top goalkeeper, you're going to get stick all the time. Like Joe Hart, I mean, it doesn't matter. But he's coming about. Like last season, he proved his worth. He had a shocking team to deal with, and he was kept.
Yeah, well,
he was probably the only one. Him and Rooney and Januzaj were the only ones keeping him up afloat.
Yeah, they're the only ones you could say in a positive light, really.
Exactly.
From last season.
Also, he got a lot of stick young as well, and goalkeepers notoriously come into their better form later when they're more experienced.
Yeah.
You know, you look at people like Petr Cech, who's now at the back end of his career, it seems, but you know, their form is better later in the years, and De Gea is still young, and he is looking
21, 22.
very good.
And it wasn't just that save. He saved a penalty from Baines. He a shot from Osman as well. He had a really good game. United into the top 4 now. Funnily enough, on 11 points. Di Maria's looking like a bit of a snip, but however odd million, he's certainly brought something to them going forward. And Falcao. I wanted to quickly mention Paddy McNair, who had another alright game, and he didn't have a Mangala sort of second game after a good debut, so well done to him, although you are Man United, so let's not be too hasty and giving you too much credit too fastly or anything. So, Leighton Baines missed his first penalty in the Premier. I don't know if it was in the Premier League or ever. I'm sure he has missed one before. You know what I mean? Under 8s or anything.
It wasn't his best penalty,
No, it wasn't his best,
but still a good
It
save.
was
it needed saving. It was on target, which is all you can ask sometimes.
I
But
just keep watching penalties at the moment because Barry keeps commenting on their eyes, so I can't stop looking at these guys.
well, Hazard
penalty.
did the eyes, amazing eyes. Did you see the finish against Spurs the other night as well? Or was it Spurs or Everton? Never mind. I don't want to talk about that. What I do want to talk about, lads, is have you ever missed a penalty, Sam? How did you feel? What did it cost you?
Well, I have.
Go
Obviously, but I'm not a penalty taker, as you might well know. When you did give me a penalty once and I scored it, and I didn't look at
gave you,
anyone
mate.
at all.
I passed you the ball, you
Passed
stepped
the ball.
up and you scored.
But this one, I was at Main Road, and I was about 10 or 11 or something. And
You were at Main Road, Manchester City's old ground.
Yeah. We were just
Right.
watching.
Casually throwing that in.
Yeah.
Maybe we should have finished with Sam. His story seems
Yeah.
So I was at Main Road, and because obviously my sister was working up. No, it was after my dad was working there. My sister was working, and she got me on at the
Half-time.
half-time to
Lovely.
do a penalty against Blue Moon, our mascot. You know,
Blue
the
Moon?
the alien thing.
Did City's is it still a Blue Moon City's mascot?
No, it's an alien. It's called Blue Moon. the
All
alien
right,
thing.
go on.
Anyway,
It's a mascot.
So-
It's for the kids.
yeah.
It's for
So
the kids.
I'm on at 10, 11. I've full kit, obviously.
Obviously.
You know, but I banged my knee. Banged my knee on the seat in front of me just as I was going to go out. Dead knee.
Dead knee.
Just putting that in beforehand.
Go on.
So I'm in front of all, how many 40,000 people at Main Road, all having their pies, having a nice, well, not a pint, but, having the pies. And then I stepped up, set my penalty against the big alien, and I've just passed it. Didn't even put any power behind it. Passed it. Past the post. Didn't even get
What,
on
you put
target.
it wide?
Not on target.
Were you going for a panicker?
Yeah,
But-
and all I could hear was about 40,000 Mancunians just laughing at me. As a 10-year-old. And then I had to come back to my brother giving me stick and all.
Oh no! Did you cry?
Eh?
Did you cry?
No, I didn't cry, because I didn't cry. I practiced my penalties when I
You
go
went
home.
home.
You did a Diana Ross.
Yeah, you did a Diana Ross.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think we're going to top that,
There's no
boys.
point talking to
There's
us.
no-
No.
I never take him anyway. I'm a goalkeeper. I'm
Penny
just
was
saving.
goal. Have you ever saved a penalty, Penny?
Fair few, yeah. I had a good record at penalties, I reckon.
Oh, you did. And Barry, I know you've missed a penalty because I won you it once. I won a penalty. I was like, yeah, that's 3 points for me in my little imaginary fantasy football column. No, Barry missed. Stepped up and hit the post, Barry.
Did I?
You won't remember because
I
you
don't
only
remember
remember your goals. Like a true
I
striker.
blocked that out.
Anyway, enough of penalties. In fact, let's talk about West Brom quickly. West Brom are getting good. What happened? West Brom
Jody Lescott happened.
didn't play for the first month of the season. They're looking quite good now. Berahino,
Yeah.
perfect this week.
Although it wasn't a penalty.
Oh yeah, that was
Frank the Plank.
that's coming later. It was last week's Frank the Plank. Michael Oliver gave that penalty.
Did he?
He
Yeah.
did. So
I suppose he's ruined he's ruined the Frank the Plank
we've
tradition.
ruined the Frank. Well, we'll talk about that later. But West Brom, we like the look of West Brom.
Yeah. Looking
Yeah,
alright.
he's done a good job since he came in, took over from Pepe Mel.
They've got like the players he's got there seem to be playing well. New signings of Joe Dillon.
Lovely. An impressive debut from one of the left back who was dropped because Wisdom couldn't play. Played a left back. I can't remember his name now. Never mind. It's gone. But Liverpool, a win. They needed a win,
Yeah.
especially after a European game. Lallana played well. What I wanted to ask you though, boys, is I did some research today. 25 players Brendan Rodgers signed. 25 players for 212 million. Shall I read them out for you quickly?
Fly through them.
Go on then.
Barini, 10 million. Allen, 15 million. Asadi, 3 million. Sahin, loan. Yessel, 1 million. Sturridge, 12 million. Coutinho, 8.5 million. Alberto, 6.8 million. Aspas, 7 million. Mignolet, 9 million. Moreno, 12 million. Kolo Toure on a free. Ali Sissoko on loan. Sacco for 15 million. Laurie on 7 million. Moses on loan. Lambert for 4.5 million. Lallana for 25 million. Can for 9.5 million. Markovic for 19 million. Lovren for 20 million. Origi for 9.8 million. Manquillo on loan. And Balotelli for 16 million.
Well done, Bobby.
And out of all of those,
how many are getting in the Liverpool first
but
team?
out of all of those, the only ones that you'd maybe put down as definitely a successful, signing, Coutinho, Sturridge. All the others.
Lallana.
Well, he's played well, good start, but you can't really judge him after only a few games.
Goal,
it was a great goal, yeah.
Great goal at the weekend for
But and Balotelli was dropped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Balotelli,
Yes.
come on, Balotelli. It's like everyone's just willing him to do the. We speak about him every
Sam's
week.
got a man
I know,
crush.
we've got.
I've
No,
got
he's
a man
Mario.
crush.
He's Mario Samatelli. They are brothers
They're linked.
from different mothers.
You can't not love Balotelli,
Yeah.
but come on.
He's just not putting the effort in it.
No,
I think he just needs to get. Sometimes a striker just needs the ball to fall to him, squirt to him in the box, and he needs to put it in. Sorry for my childish moment there, but yeah, Rodgers has made a lot of signings. At the minute, it's not quite working out, but never mind.
It's true.
Rest of the league roundup. We're not going to mention all the teams because we haven't got time. I'm still not good at juggling everything. So we're just going to go through what I think are key points. Spurs, good win against the Saints. Barry, are you happy?
Yeah.
Spurs difficult to beat this
Are
year.
we going that quickly?
Yeah, we're going that quickly.
We're not under pressure now.
Well, you don't have to go that quickly, mate, but you can.
Well,
You
no,
want
it's
to say
quick.
anything?
It was a good defensive performance, and there was signs again of how Pochettino wants us to play: high press, high energy, and I think he definitely had a point to prove. Played against Southampton, the players seemed to come out the blocks with extra spring in their step.
Yeah, lovely.
I think they were good defensively, but a bit lucky at times. And I tell you what a miss
oh my God, yeah.
from Mame.
Yeah.
What a miss!
Oh, I was going to say, is it Mane or Mane?
Mane.
It's Mane. So we have our second Renaissance painter because we've also got Raphael at Man United. Now we've got Mane at Southampton. Who is next?
Close.
Donatello, Cezanne.
Why isn't a footballer called Donatello?
I don't know.
There should be a footballer called Donatello.
Well,
That's
that's
a
research.
footballing name.
That's your homework for next week. Find me some more footballing artists, or tweet in your footballing artists to us, and tweet in your dream fights as well. I meant to mention that later or before. One of the two. Anyway, in other news, Burnley scored. Hey! Welcome to the goals, Burnley. Not only that, scored twice.
Yeah.
Hey! So that was good at the King Power Stadium. We do like the King Power. Sunderland, welcome to winning a game this season. Sunderland's record now is 1-1, drawn 5, lost 1. Sam, Payne, Barry, is that a good record or is that a bad record?
I think Sunderland's priority this season is staying in the Premiership, trying to bring a bit of stability back. And so I think it's a steady start, which I think is all Sunderland really want.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice.
Steady.
Not
Steady.
bad.
I think that's what they need, steady.
Rodwell, great miss. Almost as good as well.
Rodwell trying his
Welbeck-esque.
Welbeck air kick.
Nice little run as well from.
Connor Wickham.
Connor
Wickham had a really good game. He played well at the back end of last year, Connor Wickham.
Didn't do it for Leeds.
Got a bit
did he?
arrogant.
He was doing all right for Leeds, you know.
Yeah,
he was
they
taking
did pile him out on the wing. Didn't
long throw-ins for Matt Smith. Now of Fulham red card in for me. So you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Wow, transformation. Fair play, Connor Wickham. Who rang Harry Redknapp? who were it? Who do we reckon?
I think it was Rosie 47.
Rosie 47.
His dog.
His dog.
Like, if his dog's got a bank account in Monaco, he can ring Harry Redknapp and ask where dinner is.
His tax advisor.
Penny, who rung Harry Redknapp?
His tax advisor, maybe.
So that's why I didn't want to talk to him.
Yeah. Don't need this.
Kevin, cover for me.
Sam, who rang Harry Redknapp? It could be like a schoolyard game, this. Then who rang Harry Redknapp in the Harry Redknapp
I
jar?
don't know, Bobby. I rang Gary Redknapp.
You rang Harry
I rang. Yeah.
Sam.
Says who?
Says who?
Anyway.
Oh, so, well, that was quite funny though. And now, it's time for
Uh-oh.
the BAFTA award winning, the Oscar award winning, the Brit award winning, the Mobo award winning. It's Sam's Things. Sam's Things. Sam's Things. Sam's Things.
Go to it, Penny. On your own, Penny.
You should see the look of detest on the Pain Dog's face when the Sam's Things music.
Compared to us three, we're so happy.
Yeah. These three thespians all get into it.
He's saying it with a clenched jaw.
I've only got
Sam,
a couple of things. Yes.
What are your Sam's Things, Sam?
Show us your things, Sam.
I've got a couple of things.
Go
Only
on.
a couple. So the Flares, right? So
In the Champions League.
the Flair, in the Champions League first. That was. I don't mind Flair. They're obviously a bit annoying, but I don't like to sit next to someone with a Flair in them. You know what I mean?
Sweet, I've seen a few. There was some
But that was pretty
Libertines
funny
gig.
in the first place, you know. Sorry,
Yeah, flares. I don't want to stand near flares either.
but I thought it was pretty
Unless
funny.
I'm on a sinking ship.
That's true.
You know.
No, I want the flares far away in the air as I can get it.
All right.
Sinking shit.
All right, flares.
So the Emirates is a sinking ship.
Like this
But you're
podcast.
Oh, nice.
But I mean, that was pretty funny, you know, throwing him on the pitch, you know, it was all that, and they got fined in the end for it, didn't they, Arsenal? But so their next retaliation was Chelsea, Arsenal, and then they started setting the flares off before the game.
Yeah, got delayed by 15
hang on,
minutes.
what is the point in that? If you're going to bring flares into a game, you might as well do it when the cameras are rolling and when there's anything. You know, just pointless. I'm there waiting for the match to come on at home, and I have to wait 20 minutes for these players to get up. Come on. You know
What
what
were
I mean?
the
Won't somebody think of Sam?
Will somebody think of it?
the viewers at home?
Yeah.
I wonder if it said on them. Football flares extra smoky. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah, these ones are extra smoky.
But I just think, you know, whatever you heard, I mean, I don't even know why Arsenal fans don't.
So don't throw flares.
Yeah,
It's
just-
synonymous to throwing fireworks, which is also bad.
And right,
What's your other thing?
next one, international weekend. Oh, please, why does it have to be there? I mean, I understand it has to be there, and it's, you know, we all want England to. But do we? Come on.
I wish we could invent some sort of time paradox that we could just put the England team in for a week and just go to a
Exactly.
parallel universe, play your games, come back and let us know how it went.
Richard, come on.
How about a midweek game over 2 weeks rather than having an international break?
Yeah, all right, yeah.
Just explain that
works for me.
again.
So, like,
sorry,
you know,
I
on a
didn't-
Wednesday, like a Champions League match would be played midweek, and they play, you know. So you
Well,
play-
England?
Yeah, England. So
Yeah.
a week when you've not got any Champions League or across Europe and things like that.
I suppose
But
then
that's
you've
the
got-
whole point, is it's all about the training.
the managers would
Yeah,
argue,
because
yeah,
that's
it's
the-
not enough
you know, the
time.
training
I
on
mean, I know
Koreans
it's-
does loads of
Oh,
good.
no, mate, I hate it as much as anyone else. I just want to watch Match of the Day on a Saturday night, but
I
Yeah.
know it's got to happen, but I just wish it wouldn't.
The problem-
And if you're going to play at Wembley and you're playing teams like, you know, San Marino or Lithuania, whoever you're playing, no one wants to go and see those games anyway. It's not exactly England, Brazil or whatever. But if you are going, you don't want to pay £20 upwards.
Yeah.
And they might as well just fill the whole stadium by giving, you know, £5 tickets out.
Or
Yeah.
instead of that, is there an argument to say that although I know Wembley is the home of England, it's the home of football for the team, you know, the home country's team, but you know these games where there's friendlies or something, is there an argument to say that maybe they should take them out like they used to when they were building Wembley, out to places like
They
Manchester,
can't, though. They
Liverpool?
can't,
St.
because
Mary's,
they can't,
they
because they're
need
under
to pay
contract.
for
Yeah.
apparently
No, they're
they need
actually under contract. They have
Yeah.
to
to play
them
at
now.
Wembley. Yeah,
So-
because
We
they
could sell
need.
it out more.
I know,
and,
yeah, just
and it'd be much better
£5
for
tickets.
much better for the fans because you could get to go see England.
It just
you know,
makes no sense
without
why
having
you're
to
only
travel
going to...
down
I
there.
think it is only £20 for the San Marino game, but still, it's
starts at £20, but even still, like, you know, you're not gonna. I don't think
It's
you're
San
gonna fill the
Marino,
whole
it's-
stadium. If you're gonna fill the whole stadium, £10.
You can pay to go see some plumbers and plasterers and stuff. Like
yeah. No
Sunday league.
disrespect to San Marino. I'm sure they try their hardest, don't they? But there's about 8 people in the country, and you need 11 on a football side. So
Yeah.
Anyway, so international week, we can't get rid of it because we've got to have the FIFA World Cup and
The World Cup.
the Euros,
The
which
seven-
are all right when the football stopped and
What
it's
do you mean, all right? They're bloody brilliant.
All right. Don't be too pro FIFA.
I thought Bloody was swearing a minute ago.
Oh yeah,
I've
Pain
just said
Dog.
it now.
Oh, so we've
We're
got
all on
pound
the
each in the
naughty box.
Sport Relief swear box.
Anyway,
Right.
I'm done. That's
the end of Sam's things. Sam's things.
Sam's
things.
things.
Lovely. Sam's things.
Sam's thing.
Oh, paying his pay. Paying his pay straight away. Just lobbed me a quid. I'm like, what's this quid for? You never give me money.
Like my mister. I always pay my debts.
Well, Sam paid his day. He put $5 straight in. It was amazing. Straight in.
Somebody had just been
Didn't
paid.
even know it had gone. Anyway, it's time for that part of the show where we talk about who's going to join Stephen Naismith for his wonder miss, Lionel Messi for 11 career penalty misses, and Michael Oliver for booking Chadley for cupping his ears, and the great unplankables Wilfred Boney and Mangala in Frank the Plank. So, each of my panel argues a point or a person who they think is the biggest Frank the Plank of the weekend's football. We decide as a coalition. Oh, producer Pain Dog doesn't like that word. Coalition. Enemy producer Pain. Kill. Sorry, Frank the Plank. Who wants to start? Who wants to...
I don't mind starting.
You're not Painey. You're Sam. Sorry, Painey. And Sam. Sam. Sam.
I'm going to go for I'm going to join them up, and it's going to be Wenger and Mourinho.
A yin-yang.
A yin-yang
Frank the
of
Plank
Frank the
nomination.
Plank each.
They're both as bad as each other.
Because it was just the worst fight I've ever seen. It was just two dads fighting and it was horrible. It was just rubbish to watch.
And the interviews after were pretty poor. I was walking over here and someone walked in my way.
It was.
They couldn't even say each other's names.
Yeah. It's just,
But at least he didn't say Pellegrino.
yeah, and it just why is he
Wengerino.
why is he even getting up in something?
Why is he getting up in his grill, man?
Why is he getting up in his grill?
It's not Jerry Springer.
It's
I liked
mental.
it was the fourth official who had to play Steve. You remember Steve?
Yeah.
Steve.
Yeah.
The security guard.
No.
From Jerry Springer.
Oh right.
Steve.
Go on.
Everyone remembers Steve. But he had to be like, I told you once. Now if you can't behave, both of you are in stands. It was pretty amazing. So a yin-yang,
Yeah. I just
Wenger and
I
Mourinho.
just thought it was a bit ridiculous.
Yeah, Frank the Plank. I can easily see that, Sam Barry.
I was thinking about going for Wenger actually, because obviously being a Spurs fan, it would have been great. Because he hasn't lost to he hasn't beaten Mourinho, has he, in 12 matches?
No.
Just want to throw that in there.
The way
So I'm going to go for something unfounded, Bobby. Unfounded.
Unfounded.
I'm going to go for a double nomination.
Double. Well,
Go for
Sam
Michael
just-
Oliver again.
Oh, Michael
Michael
Oliver.
Oliver again. You just haven't learned, Michael. You were Frank the Plank last week, and then you give a penalty which was outside the box. Didn't you, Michael?
Michael Oliver, the
Didn't even near the
first
box.
ever week-on-week nomination for Frank the Plank.
Did Michaelis get 2 weeks last
No,
season?
Di Michaelis turned into a
No,
monster
yeah.
after
Tim
he
Kelly's
won it.
learned his lesson.
Yeah.
Got
You
Frank the
look-
Plank, had a long hard look in the mirror, and just went, I'm not.
Maybe
not letting
the
that
message
happen again.
didn't get to Michael Oliver. Maybe our millions and millions of listeners didn't.
We should tweet him.
We should tweet him. You have. Well, we don't know if he's won yet. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can give someone Frank the Plank twice in
He's
a
got to learn.
week.
He'll never learn, Bobby.
If he,
He'll never
well,
learn.
because we need to produce a Pain Dog's argument. Can you beat?
So
those two? Pain?
going again this time for another referee, Martin Atkinson, for Chelsea Arsenal. Not an easy game to referee, but there were red cards in that game, and not one was shown. There was some horror tackles.
So
Like
Kale,
Welbeck on Fabregas,
that
Kale,
Welbeck one. I liked that Welbeck one.
2 footed.
It was 2-footed.
both feet off the ground.
But I still.
I mean, what Oscar should have been off, Kale, Fabregas, Koscielny,
There were a few.
close to an abandoned game.
And he didn't. But I prefer.
Yeah, not one.
I do.
Yeah, not
I do
one.
like that fact that.
That he's
no
got a
player's
flagrant disrespect for the rules he's trying to
No,
uphold.
but yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, eat that, Bobby. Stick that in your pipe.
No, but that's what I like. That is what I like. That he didn't, you know what I mean? Just go. Oh, if red cards everywhere would have spoiled it, Wenger and Mourinho probably. Mind you, that I don't know anymore. We've been talking a while. I'm tired. Can I go home? Who am I? Who are you? So, whoever you said, Penny, I forgot. Who it is.
Martin Atkinson.
Martin Atkinson. Sorry, I'll write it down.
Bobby's lying on the floor, but
I knew it were a ref.
it's been a long weekend.
Martin Atkinson, Barry, you've won the last 2 weeks though, haven't you? I feel bad giving you it 3 weeks in a row. But maybe you two boys just need to step up your arguments. Step up.
What, Wenger and Mourinho?
Oh, Sam's getting angry. It's true. The yin
What
yang.
was that?
The first. I'm going to give it to Wenger and Mourinho. I am. We started. They bookended the show rather nicely this week. Wenger and Mourinho are the Franks the Planks of the week. Wenger and Mourinho, congratulations, boys. Right, Pain Dog, any other business? Anything you need to say?
Nah.
Barry, anything you need to say?
I'm all good, Bobby. You said it all.
Sam, anything you need to say?
Whoa.
Welcome to the end of the show, people. This is what happens at the end. We all run out of gas. I say goodbye. Thank you for listening. Follow us at People on Pitch. Download us on... Some people are on the pitch on iTunes. Watch us on YouTube if you want to be old school. Like the beginning. And, there was just one more thing.
Well, some of the crowd are on the pitch.
And that one more thing was...
Well, some of the crowd are on